So, Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash is right around the corner, but we had some new gameplay release and we gotta break it down for y'all, so we ain't gonna spend too much of y'all's time. But our anime question for today is, whose joint attack you think is going to look the coolest? Who you think is gonna have the best animation when it comes to the joint attack? Because they're actually going really into detail with these, and I'm kind of excited to, to see what some of these pairs are gonna look like, especially if we might get a Toji and Megami type of pair up. I wonder what they would do, I mean, I wonder if they're even gonna have some type of intro or something like that. But if there's something you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell, do all those nice things, and let's go ahead and just get into these characters. So we get into the characters. They released some videos of Eso, Yuta, and also Geto. So we're going to start off with Eso and his brother. So the way that Eso and Kechizu looks like it works, when you're looking from the gameplay, looks like Eso can command Kechizu to strike, and when he wants him to strike. And it seems like some strikes apply rot, because you can also see that a certain indicator pops up after Kechizu actually hits him with the rock, and some don't. So after the rod accumulates, you can cash in on the damage. But you see here, the first strike from Eso puts the mark on there, and you can also see that there's a second little indicator right underneath Itadori, and then he'll do like this little thingy where he puts his hand out, and you hear the sound. I'll let you hear it right now. And when you hear this sound, this is, I think, when it's applying the rod. And then you see, after Kechizu hits it again, you see the meter starts moving up. And then you see in the next clip, once the meter is full, whenever you cash in on it, this is when you get the damage. So you see that it has the red part over the health, but the damage doesn't fully come off until you cash in. So it's looking like this is where they're saying that there's going to be the complexity of this. You're going to have to hit them with something to apply the rot, then you're going to have to activate the rot, and then you're going to have to hit them to get the meter up high enough, and then activate the rot to actually get the damage. So this is going to be pretty interesting. And we also saw from some of the clips that it looks like whenever you are sending Kechizu to fight, you're going to deal damage. But this character definitely looks like it's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. Move over to Yuta. Yuta looks like he's going to be pretty interesting. So it looks like Rika is summoned whenever you get to Cursed Energy level 3. And it seems like whenever he actually imbues his blade with the Cursed Energy, all attacks deal damage, which is kind of crazy. And we also see from Rika that all of her attacks deal damage, besides one of the little blowback strikes that she does. But you can also see a little meter by Yuta basically indicating that the more that you use Rika, eventually she's going to disappear. But we also know from the description that Rika will also sometimes come out whenever allies are damaged or things like that. So this may also be connected with the meter, but it's looking like Yuta's going to be pretty interesting, especially if you can just imbue the blade and just start, coming with the strikes and dealing damage. Now we actually got some more information about Mahito as well, and we saw that his minions deal damage when they strike you. But when you see from the clip, it looks like the minion dies right after one strike, so I'm kind of curious if it's only like a one strike and then it's over. And then you also see that Mahito has a unique meter by himself that looks like it's the amount of spirits that he can actually summon. You see, once his level goes up to level 2, he's able to get another spirit. So whenever it's actually red, that means you can use it. Whenever it has like the normal color, that means it's not usable. And you see, whenever he uses like his advanced technique, it actually uses up some of the cursed spirits. So I'm thinking whenever you use advanced techniques with Mahito, you're going to have a certain period where you can't actually summon creatures and things like that. And I think this is a very good way to balance him, since you see whenever he summons the creature, it actually deals a decent amount of damage. When we move over to Geto, Geto looks like so one thing that I noticed about Geto that actually looks like it's going to be pretty good, it seems like the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero Spirit, the orb that he throws out, and the normal bugs are just basically his normal strikes. Now we knew that Geto was going to be a mid and close range fighter, but I didn't think they were going to allow him to use these summonings like these cursed spirits without using any type of meter. So these are just part of normal strikes, and you see he's actually able to combo them up into the air. And then we see also when he actually deals damage is whenever he uses the other cursed spirits, whenever he's sending out the roaches. But you see, it's kind of like, it seems like a little bit of a dodging back animation, and then you send out the bugs and then it deals damage. But Geto's looking like he's going to be pretty interesting, and especially considering that you can just chain these strikes together. These look like these are normal exercising techniques, not actual curse techniques, so you can just use his spirits. So it's very interesting how some of these characters are looking. Definitely let me know in the comments which one of these characters are looking the most interesting. We plan on playing videos with all of them. I definitely think that Eso and Kechizu are going to be a very difficult character to play with. I really don't know how we're going to manage to work with that one, especially doing with teammates and stuff like that. And I'm wondering if we're going to, I wonder how people are going to be cheesing online, if they're going to be doing pairs ups of like, Eso and Kechizu and then coming with Mahito, or, just overwhelming people with so many allies on the field, because, also Megami is using his Shikigami. So it's going to be very interesting, when you have the numbers game and things like that. And I'm also curious with Eso and Kechizu, if you attack Kechizu, does the damage go to Eso as well? Or as you see underneath Eso, it looks like that Kechizu has a little meter for himself. So I kind of wonder if you take out Kechizu, if he's kind of down for a little bit. But let me know in the comments how y'all feeling about all this, man. Like I said, we're ready for this game to come out. We're just ready for it at this point. But hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we're going to see you in the next one. We up.